When we talk about becoming the best version of yourself, becoming all you were meant to be, becoming someone who stands out and makes a difference, or becoming the leader you dream of, it doesn't come free. There is a cost. Good morning, everyone. Happy new month. It's such an honor and a delight to be here with you. I am Becky Imoisili, the voice of transformation and becoming, and your host on Beyond Words and Becoming with Becky, the right place for women who feel stuck and unfulfilled and are ready to rebuild their lives with intention and purpose and not just motivation. Welcome to today's episode titled The Cost of Becoming. Have you ever looked at other people and admired them? Maybe the way they speak, the way they lead, the way they stand out in all they do. Or perhaps, in the spiritual sense, you admire someone who prays so deeply or sings powerfully. And in your mind, you wish you were like them. What we often forget is that such people have paid a price to be so good at what they do. Behind the scene, behind the spotlight, there are countless hours of training, practice, prayer, sacrifice, and discipline. Let me share a personal story. Back in secondary school, I had this bad habit of waiting until it was time for an exam or a test before I studied. I would only open my books if I had an assignment, and I'll just read the parts of the textbook on the notebook that will give me answers to the assignment. In fact, I would wait until the timetable was pasted before I started reading. If I had a test or exam, I could go all night and read. And because I was a very good crammer, my results usually turned out fine. This continued until it was time for me to sit for my GCE, an external examination, and I learned the hard way. I had biology exams, and we know how wide biology is. I wasn't prepared at all. I started reading a night before the exams. I pushed far into the night, but the more I read, the more I realized I still have so much to cover. And by dawn, I was exhausted and I broke down in tears. Funny, right? As if someone punished me. My crying woke my mom up, and she came out looking worried and asked what the matter was. I told her that it was already morning and I still have a lot to read. She just covered my book and simply said, "Go and sleep so that you will have the strength to write the exams." As you can imagine, the result was poor, not because I wasn't intelligent, but because I failed to pay the cost of regular study. This experience taught me that the cost of becoming cannot be postponed. You either pay it daily through habit and discipline, or you pay it later through regrets. And this principle is not just about exam. It applies to every other area of our lives. Think about it. To be educated, you pay the cost of long hours of reading when you should rather be sleeping. To be financially stable, you pay the cost of saving when you should be spending or investing when others are consuming. This goes on and on because in every area of our life, there is always a cost to pay. The cost of becoming involves giving up certain comforts, being disciplined in our daily choices, and having the courage to face the unknown. Change is never easy. Though the cost of becoming may seem great, the rewards are far greater. The person we become through the process is the greatest reward. We gain strength, we gain wisdom, and a life that truly aligns with our purpose. So don't just wish to become, do the work, pay the cost, make the sacrifices, because one day you will look in the mirror, smile, and say to yourself, "I became all I was created to be." That is worth every sacrifice. Thank you for spending time with me today.